My beloved child, listen closely. You have walked long upon this earth. Your hair may be grayer, your body slower, but your soul, your soul remains eternal. And it is to your soul that I now speak, not your flesh, not your fading strength, but the part of you that has always heard me, even when the world grew loud. You have lived through seasons of joy and sorrow, success and regret. You have tasted much that life has to offer. Yet in your quiet moments, haven't you noticed that something still whispers within you? Something still unsettled? Still incomplete? That whisper is me. That longing is my voice, calling you back from all the false comforts the world has so eagerly placed before you. You have seen how the world operates. It dangles shiny illusions before your eyes, things that promise joy but deliver emptiness. The praise of others, the accumulation of possessions, the rush of entertainment, the distraction of endless noise. These are the counterfeits, and the world has grown expert at marketing them, especially to those who fear that time is slipping away. But hear me now. The world is a master of illusions, not of truth. It will feed you with validation one day and starve you of worth the next. It will raise you up when you serve its purposes and discard you when you no longer please its standards. Do not be deceived. Its love is conditional. Its promise is hollow. Its comfort's temporary. And I, your creator, I am none of these. I am. How many nights have you laid your head down after a day full of distractions, only to feel more tired in your spirit than before the day began? How many moments have you turned to television, food, shopping, scrolling, hoping these things would quiet the ache? But the ache returns, doesn't it? The silence afterward is even louder. That's because these things are not meant to satisfy you. They are imitations of what I freely offer you. But while my gifts satisfy, the world's always leave you hungering for more. You may say, but I deserve comfort in my older age. I've worked hard. I've endured much. And yes, you have. I see it all. I count every tear you've cried in secret. I've witnessed every lonely evening, every memory you revisit, every dream that didn't come to pass. I know the disappointments you've never dared to speak aloud, and still, I say to you, do not trade your eternal soul for momentary peace. The world's peace is a mirage. It calms the surface while your spirit trembles beneath. It gives you laughter that fades when the screen goes dark. It gives you company that vanishes when the conversation ends. But I, the Lord your God, offer you peace that remains even in silence, comfort that stays even when the world turns away. I offer a companionship that is not based on entertainment, but on presence, my presence. You have seen people chase after wealth only to die with full hands and empty hearts. You have seen others build their identity on roles that no longer serve them, titles that fade when the career ends, relationships that shift when children grow, reputations that die when health fails. Everything of this world is temporary, but your soul is not, and neither is my love for you. I am not calling you to reject pleasure. I created joy, beauty, and delight. I am calling you to recognize where true joy is found. I am not against your comfort. I am your comforter. But I ask you to see clearly what brings false comfort. Anything that numbs your spirit and keeps you from hearing my voice is not of me. You were not created to be numb. You were created to be fully alive, in me. Even now, the world is offering you distractions disguised as peace. It whispers that you're too old to change, too set in your ways, too late to return to me fully. That is a lie. The enemy of your soul wants you passive, disengaged, lulled into spiritual sleep. But I have not finished with you. If you have breath, you have purpose. If you can still feel longing, then I am still reaching. Do not mistake the fading of worldly influence as the fading of your value. In fact, it is now, in this later season, that you are nearest to seeing clearly. The fog of ambition has thinned. The pressure to prove yourself has lifted. Now, finally, you can hear my whisper above the noise. But to do so, you must turn down the volume of the world. You must look away from the flashing lights, the endless advertisements, the tempting voices that call you to comfort, but never to truth. You must choose quiet, choose stillness, choose to sit with me. The counterfeits will not stop calling, but you can stop answering. My child, you are not missing out. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. The world may overlook you, but I have never taken my eyes off of you. I knit you together in your mother's womb. I have watched over you every day of your life. And now, in this moment, I ask you to listen like never before. Do not waste these precious final chapters trying to recapture what was never meant to last. Let go of what has not satisfied. Let the world keep its noise. Turn your heart back to me. The world offers you counterfeits, but I offer you myself. My beloved, now that your eyes are opening to the emptiness of the world's offerings, let us speak of what truly lies beneath that restlessness you've carried. You have known for some time now, haven't you, that there is a deeper hunger in you that no comfort, no distraction, no human applause has ever been able to fill. That hunger, my child, is sacred. It is the evidence that you were made for more than this world. It is the echo of eternity within your soul. You may not have had the language for it before. Perhaps you called it boredom, loneliness, or a sense of loss. Perhaps you assumed it was simply part of growing older, part of watching others pass on, part of losing your roles or your usefulness in the eyes of the world. But no, this ache is not your age speaking. It is your soul crying out for its creator. The hunger you feel is not weakness. It is not failure. It is my voice, still gently calling you home. For even now, even in this season of gray hairs and quiet mornings, I am stirring the deepest part of you, not to grieve what is gone, but to awaken to what is still available. Me. You were not made to be fulfilled by fleeting things. You were not crafted by my hands to live for praise or possessions. That is why you feel so empty when you chase after them. I designed your heart to crave something eternal, and I alone am eternal. Have you not noticed? The more you accumulate, the less peace you seem to find. The more you busy yourself with activities, the more exhausted your soul becomes. It is because you are trying to feed an eternal hunger with temporary meals, and they cannot satisfy. Even now I see you trying to fill the silence. You turn on the television so you won't feel alone. You scroll through endless photos of other people's lives, hoping something will stir joy within you. You relive old memories, both sweet and painful, trying to connect with something real again. But these are only shadows of what your soul is truly seeking. Me. You hunger for meaning, for love that does not fade, for truth that does not shift, for presence that never leaves. You hunger for peace that stays even when your health declines, even when your phone no longer rings, even when the world feels like it's moved on without you. You hunger for the one who sees you completely and still says, "You are mine, you." And that, my beloved, is who I am. This world was never meant to satisfy your soul. It was meant to lead you back to me. That restlessness you feel is not a problem to be solved. It is an invitation to be answered. I am calling you not to chase new experiences or distractions, but to return to the one who has always loved you. You see, I placed that hunger within you on purpose. From the day you were born, I have pursued your heart. Through joys and sorrows, successes and failures, I have whispered to you, "Come back to me." But the noise of life, the rush of responsibilities, the chase for approval, these things drowned my voice for a while. And that is why this season is a gift. Yes, even this season of aging, of slowing down, of loss, it is a divine mercy. Because now, at last, the other voices have quieted. Now you can hear me again. You can feel the longing that was always there, but buried beneath 1,000 lesser desires. Do not be afraid of this hunger. It is holy. When your body weakens and your strength fades, know that I am not drawing away. I am drawing near. When friends depart and loneliness creeps in, know that I am not absent. I am waiting for you to notice my presence. When you look in the mirror and see the lines of time on your face, know that I see deeper. I see the hunger in your soul, and I long to fill it. But I will not force myself into your heart. Love does not demand, it invites. And so I am inviting you now, more tenderly than ever, to return to me, to let go of the world's empty nourishment and let me be your bread of life, to stop sipping from broken cisterns and drink deeply from the well that never runs dry. I know there have been wounds in your past. I know you have tasted betrayal, heartbreak, regret. I know that even now there are things you carry that you've told no one, but I know them. And still, I love you. Still, I want you. Still, I hunger for you, even more than you hunger for me, for I am not a distant God. I am not watching from afar, waiting for you to perform. I am the God who came near, the God who weeps with you, the God who walks beside you in silence, the God who knows your every longing and stands ready to fill it. So come. Come with your questions. Come with your wounds. Come with your hunger. You are not too old to be transformed. You are not too late to be made new. You are not disqualified from intimacy with me. The world will tell you to settle, to be content with shallow peace, to keep busy and numb the ache. But I, your God, tell you, do not settle. Do not accept counterfeits. Come to me with your hunger. Come to me with your longing. Come to me with your soul wide open, and I will fill you. My child, there is something sacred in the turning. It is not weakness to admit you've been distracted. It is not shameful to say you've wandered. I do not scold you for looking away. I only call you gently and patiently to return your gaze to me. You see, the heart follows the eyes. What you look at, you begin to desire. What you focus on, you begin to believe in. The world has worked tirelessly to capture your attention. It has flashed its lights, raised its voices, and paraded false promises before your weary soul. And perhaps, for a time, you believed them. Perhaps you gave your attention, your energy, even your hope to things that looked good, but left you empty. I know, and I do not condemn you for it. Instead, I whisper now with urgency and tenderness, turn your gaze back to me. You have seen enough of the world to know it cannot satisfy you. You've lived long enough to recognize its patterns, promises made, hope raised, disappointment returned. And yet every time you hoped this would be different. You hoped this time it might finally fill the ache. But it never did it? Now is the time not to dwell in regret, but to awaken. Now is the time to lift your eyes again, not to the things that fade, but to the one who remains. I am still here. I never stopped watching you. I never turned my face from you. Even when you looked everywhere but at me, I stayed. I waited. And now I speak again, clearly. Look at me. You may think it is too late, that you've gone too far, that you've grown too accustomed to the noise. But I tell you this, you are never too far for me. Not while you still have breath in your lungs. Not while your heart still stirs at the sound of my name. You may feel tired in body, but I can revive your soul. Let go of the distractions, my beloved. Turn off the voices that lead you nowhere. Silence the noise that has numbed your spirit for too long. I am not found in the clamor of the crowd. I am found in the stillness, in the quiet place, in the whisper, and that whisper is calling you now. You do not need a stage to be significant. You do not need youth to be useful. You do not need to perform to be loved. I am not interested in the image you present to others. I am concerned only with your heart, raw, honest, and open. So come as you are, not as you think you should be. You remember the early days, don't you? When my voice was clearer, when your heart burned with a simple faith. You haven't lost that childlike hunger. It's only been buried beneath years of worry, work, wounds, and weariness. but I can uncover it again. I can make you new, even now. But first, your gaze must return to me. When Peter walked on water, it was not the wind or waves that defeated him. It was the moment he took his eyes off me. And so it is with you. Your fear, your anxiety, your restlessness, they all grow louder when you look away. But look at me, and peace returns. Not because the storm disappears, but because you remember who I am. I do not promise that all your questions will be answered. I do not promise a life without pain, but I promise this. If you keep your eyes on me, you will never be alone in the pain. You will never walk through the valley in isolation. I will be your guide, your strength, your song in the night. You have looked in many directions for comfort, toward people who disappointed you, toward things that dulled the ache but didn't heal it, toward memories of the past, trying to live in days that no longer exist. But now I say, lift your head, look forward, look upward, look at me. And when you do, everything begins to shift. The world loses its grip on you, its glitter fades, its urgency softens. The pull of comparison, the fear of irrelevance, the pressure to stay busy, all of it falls away in the presence of my gaze. I do not measure you by the world's standards. I look at your heart and see my child. When you turn your gaze back to me, you are not simply returning to a belief. You are returning to a relationship, a living, breathing connection that never stopped pursuing you. I do not stand afar, waiting for you to prove your sincerity. I run toward you at the first sign of your turning, like the father who saw his son from a distance. I have been watching the road for you, and now that you turn, I do not scold. I do not shame. I embrace. I restore. I celebrate. Because your gaze has returned. Because your heart is once again open. This turning is not a single moment. It is a daily decision. 1,000 small choices to seek me instead of noise, to choose stillness over distraction, to pursue truth over entertainment. And I will meet you in every single one of those choices. I will honor your seeking. I will reveal myself when you look for me with your whole heart. So come. Let your eyes rest on me. Let your soul breathe again. Let me lift the weight of all the years you tried to carry alone. You do not need to fix everything. You only need to look at me. Trust me. Walk with me. I have more for you still. More peace, more depth, more closeness. You are not at the end. You are at the beginning of something sacred. But only if you keep your gaze on me. Turn to me now. And keep turning. And I will be your everything. My precious one. I see the weariness behind your eyes. I feel the weight of your memories, your regrets, your longings. I know the quiet ache that grows louder when the world slows down. You've searched for peace across decades, through seasons of joy and sorrow, gain and loss. And now in this season, when the pace of life has changed and many of the old things have fallen away, I speak to you with a truth that has never changed. You can have peace, real peace, deep peace, peace that holds you when nothing else can, peace that does not depend on your health, your circumstances, or your understanding, but it is only found in me. You may think peace is a destination you were meant to find earlier, perhaps in younger years or simpler times. You may feel that you've missed it, that it passed you by, but no. My peace is not limited by time. It is not reserved for the strong or the young. It is not lost to those who took detours or wandered far. My peace is for you now, even now. Let me say this plainly. It is not too late. You have not missed your chance to know me deeply. You have not missed your opportunity to live in intimacy with me. If you are still breathing, I am still reaching. If you can still feel the stirring in your heart, then my hand is still extended to you. I am not bound by the calendar. I do not measure your worth by your productivity or your stage in life. The world may see you as someone slowing down, someone stepping aside, but I see you as someone stepping in, stepping into a sacred space where noise fades and eternal things come into full view. My peace is not like the peace the world offers. The world gives peace through avoidance, distraction, or escape. But my peace comes through presence. My presence. And my presence is here, right now. Do you remember when you were a child and you felt safe just because someone you loved was near? That's the kind of peace I bring. Not because everything around you is calm, but because I am near to you. I hold your heart in my hand. I surround you with love that will not let go. Even if your body weakens, your soul is safe with me. You may fear the days ahead. You may feel anxious about what you cannot control. But peace does not come from control. It comes from trust. And I am worthy of your trust. I have walked with you through every valley, even when you didn't know it. I have wept when you wept. I have stood guard over your soul when you felt alone. I have never left you, and I never will. Let your heart rest now. You've spent so much time striving, proving, pushing through. But now I say, be still. Rest in me. Let go of the weight you were never meant to carry. Let me speak peace over the places in you that still feel stormy. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to be strong all the time. You only need to be with me. Peace is not about the absence of problems. It's about my presence within them. I do not promise a life without pain, but I promise a heart that is not crushed by it. I promise joy that defies your circumstances. I promise hope that will not disappoint. I promise myself. You may still feel the sting of things lost, relationships that faded, dreams that were never fulfilled, years you wish you could rewrite. But even those places can be touched by my peace. I can redeem what was broken. I can bring beauty from ashes. I can write a new chapter, even here, even now. You may think there is little left for you to do, but do not mistake stillness for uselessness. In stillness, you become most aware of me. In quiet, I speak most clearly. In surrender, you become most powerful, because you are finally allowing me to be your strength. Let me be your peace. When the world around you feels chaotic, come sit with me. When your thoughts race with worry, speak to me. When you feel alone, call on me. I do not delay in coming. I am already there, closer than your breath. You need not earn my presence. It is already yours. The final years of your life are not a fading away. They are a sacred invitation. You are not drifting toward the end. You are drawing closer to the beginning of something eternal. And my peace is the preparation for that eternity. It is the gift I give you now so you may walk the rest of your journey with a quiet heart. You may wonder what others think of your life. You may feel unseen, unheard, or forgotten. But I see you. I have always seen you. I have written every moment of your story in my book. And though the world may forget, I remember everything. Every act of love, every word of faith, every tear of surrender. They are precious to me. So, come into my presence, not just once, but daily. Not with fancy words, but with honesty. Sit with me. Speak with me. Listen. Breathe. Let me show you that I am not only the God of your youth or your past, I am the God of your now, and I will be the God who welcomes you home. Peace is not a place you go. It is the person who holds you, and I am holding you, now and forever.